very much interested, or I am very much interested and I'm passionate about this engineering insurances specifically. And that happened after attending some of the sessions, including Febins, because earlier when I came here and started working on the insurance side, uh, I didn't go specifically into the engineering insurances. But when I was surrounded by all these people, my alumni were who mostly 99% are civil engineers, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers. And whenever I go to any parties or any events or get togethers, they all start talking about FIDIC, then construction, that design. Then I thought, okay, I also started getting interested into that. That's why I started focusing more on engineering type of insurance. And before going further, see, for me, insurance is like a social service, partially, I would say, because I know that globally insurance is always considered as a group of road people, maybe. Mostly I get this feedback from people. But actually, if you look at it, it's like a social pool where whoever puts money or the just what we call premium, their contribution into that pool, and any of them get into any financial trouble, then as per the policy terms and conditions, they will be paid. So I always tell my team and my colleagues also, like, we sell solutions or insurance solution with that point of view. It's not like it's a product and we just sell it and forget it. So there is another side of insurance also, as I just wanted to tell you before I proceed. So let's go into the session. Just wanted to check, any of you have felt, most of your construction professionals, I assume. So any of you have felt at any point of any of the project you have handled that you needed to have some insurance coverage for that? Maybe contractors orders. What I'm telling is, like, see, contractors orders can always like normal. So at any point of time where you have felt, oh my God, if there had been an insurance which could have helped me. Protective cover. Okay, right. So one more question before going to the slide. Any idea what insurance is? Okay. Yeah, that's an answer. Superb. Let's make it more interactive. I always hated during my colleges also this one-sided lecture, so I don't want to do that to you guys. Okay, so these are the objectives we are trying to achieve today. One is an introduction to insurance, what insurance is, the basics of the insurance, because without that, I don't want to just take you to the construction insurance and the nitty-gritties. And insurance risk profiling, that that is something which I use when I approach my clients, and I will explain what it is. It should be helpful for you when you are trying to get an insurance, personal side or the business side. And next is the importance of insurance of construction industries. So that is a core subject which we are looking to discuss about. And then the scary part, question and answer session. Scary part for me. So what is insurance? So insurance, as I mentioned, is a tool of transfer of risk. So somebody has a risk, and this risk can be taken by myself. For example, I have this phone. I have the risk of this phone falling down and breaking. So either I can take that risk, okay, I'm okay, I have enough money to pay for that even if it falls down, or I can transfer the risk to an insurance company. So basically, insurance is a risk transfer mechanism. So whatever risk you are facing, you are transferring that risk to insurance company. So you don't have to pay the entire damage amount, or financial liability will not come to you. Second is, it's a contract between the insurer and insured. Okay, before going that, I just prepared, like, I'll be using the terms like insurer. So I'll just give a glossary of terms which we normally use in insurance companies or insurance industry. Insurer means insurance company. So later on, if you see any insurance contract or policy also, you will always see insurer is liable for this insured is liable for this, and all those things. So insured is the customer. Now there is something called additional insured, which normally for some policies, some client asks put these people as additional insured. So they will also be considered as additional insured for the policy. Now there is something called reinsurer. Reinsurer is the insurer of insurance. Every insurance company is backed by a reinsurer. Now, one more step ahead, there is something called retrocessioner, that is insurer of insurance company. So for example, Orient Insurance has a reinsurer. This reinsurer has another reinsurer. May not be 100%, 50%. If I issue a policy for 50 million contract value, just hypothetical situation I'm talking about, maybe 25 million risk Orient will take. 25%, 25 million, 50% we will give to a reinsurer. That reinsurer will give maybe 100% or 50% of that risk to another reinsurer. So just for your understanding, there is something called insurer of insurer. So that is retrocessioner. And nowadays this has become common, because I remember in my previous assignment, there was a major construction work which was happening, and actually the contracting company was a very big company. The premium was around, if I remember, around 4 million dirhams or something. So then this company came and asked, I want the list of all the reinsurers who are supporting you, because they wanted to make sure in case of any claim, this will be paid. And they wanted to make sure that all are A-rated reinsurers, because A rating stands for financial stability. For example, Orient is the only A+ rated company here. There are other companies who is A rated and all those things. So I think some specific companies are there in UAE where they just talk about they will take insurance only from rated companies, because when the project is big, the company should have financial stability or financial back to pay the claim. So similar to the insurance company, there are reinsurers also. They are also having rating, and then that is why it becomes important. And one more term is co-insurance. If you guys have heard about co-insurance. Okay, so what happens is, like, each company has a capacity of taking risk. If you're talking about 250 million risk, 250 million valued contract maybe, or say 1 billion valued contract. Some companies cannot take 1 billion valued contract. So what they do, they will go to their neighbor, let's share this risk. So they will take 50%, the other company will take 50%. So that is called a co-insurance policy. If it's not clear, just ask me. Can you stop and answer? Clear, right? Okay. So that was just glossary of terms. Now, as I mentioned, insurance operate on the principle of risk pooling and sharing. And when we talk about insurance, I just want to tell the story of where it started with. There are many rumors and stories going on, but the best one I like, or I was being taught when I came into insurance industry, is where in the Chinese traders, what they did was, like, there will be attacks on the ships when they go as a fleet, like 10 ships and all. And they were sure that one ship will be like attacked and everything will be lost. So what they started doing is, like, they made sure they made a pool. Everybody contributed to the pool and made sure that one ship's equivalent amount is there all together in that pool. So then they can go, and that one ship owner who gets attacked, he will be paid all that amount. So this was the initial like rudimentary startup of the insurance. So from there, then Lords of London formalized that insurance, and then initially it was for marine insurance specifically. And one of the major fire event has made them think like what to do on other one. Then slowly it started to fire, property, life, health, engineering insurances. So that's a brief history of insurance. Okay, these are the basic principles on which insurance works. I'll go a bit fast here. So if any doubts, you can stop me and ask. First is utmost good faith. Utmost good faith is nothing but the trust that we believe that any customer coming to an insurance company is telling the truth. And any customer believes that whatever insurance company is telling them is truth. So as I mentioned, like we don't sell like a product, we sell promise. So it's all about trust. So it should be both ways. Second is insurable interest. This is very important, and specifically for contracting when you have multiple people involved. See, insurable interest says that any insured or customer who wants to take insurance for any risk, they should have a financial interest on that risk, legal financial interest. So, for example, say this mic is owned by Fibin. Okay, its value is 1 million. Can I insure it? No, it's okay. Say it's a golden mic studded with diamonds. Okay, its value is 1 million, but the owner is Fibin. Legal owner is Fibin. I want to take insurance for this mic. Can I do that? Why? Okay. So even if it's not my property, what's the problem for me to insure that? But I'll get money, no? Yes. Okay. Answers are right. In simple words, I can damage it, right? I don't have any financial interest in this thing. It is owned by Fibin. So I can insure something, I can damage it and take the money. So to avoid such moral hazards, that's why there is this principle of insurable interest. So the point is like any person who is insuring anything should have insurable interest, legal insurable interest on that item. Why I mentioned about its connection to construction is like many people owns, like even though we say in the insured name contractor and or principal and or architect and all those things. So where is the insurable interest of each item? You will have to think about that. So you don't, yeah. So why are we when we get a contractor of this insurance? We are insuring this place property, everything we are insuring. Yeah. As a contractor, how can we insure someone else's property? Okay. You're talking about PSP, principal existing and surrounding property. You are not insuring the damage which is causing on its own. You are insuring the liability to the principal. You are the contractor. See, for example, okay, there is a crane which you are working on the site. Then principal existing property is there, and this crane falls on that one. So it's actually a liability of you towards the principal. So you are not taking insurance on your own. You are taking insurance for the liability you have to the principal. So it actually comes under the liability section. In the policy, it doesn't come under liability section, but actually it falls under this liability category. Okay, now next is indemnity. Indemnity means, see, no client can make a profit out of any insurance. So if I say like your financial, your companies or a personally financial level is this, and due to an accident, it comes down to this. Insurance will bring it back to the same level, not high, not low. So that is called indemnity principle or principle of indemnity. Sorry. Now subrogation. Subrogation is what, like if there is a claim which is occurring and insurance company pays for that claim, and the insurance company and the client know that this is caused by another party, third party. So insurance company has the right to go behind the third party legally and take the amount back from them. Clear? Okay. Okay, so one project is happening. Okay, it is half built, buildings are being built. So there is a vehicle accident, and this vehicle is owned by one of the supplier who supplies raw materials or maybe something to the site. So then it comes under contractor's all risk policy, and the company will pay the claim. But the insurance company has got the right to go behind or legally go behind this person or the owner of that vehicle or subcontractor or whoever it might not be subcontractor, from outside person, and take the money out of them. No, not the damage party. See, contractor is there, principal is there, then a third person, like you have ordered for 100 bricks. Okay, one truck is coming with the brick from outside. This truck is coming and colliding with the work you have done, and there is a damage. So it will be covered under contractor's all risk policy. Okay, now we will pay the claim amount to the contractor, to you. Now we know that this damage was caused by a third party. Okay, so what happens? We have the right to go behind this third party, take the money out of them. Maybe their third party insurance, motor insurance will pay that, but we have the right. Now, some of the principles specifically ask waiver of subrogation. You might have seen in contract. That is because they don't want insurance company to legally go to the principal and take the money from them if something has happened because of their fault or some cross connections are there between other subcontractors and all this. Then proximate clause. So proximate clause is like the main cause which has caused the reason of any claim. That will be considered at the time of any claim. Like if it's a flood, due to flood, the crane became unstable and crane fell down on some construction. So the proximate cause will be the flood. So it's not the second or third cause which will be considered. So this applies at the time of any claim, any unfortunate claims. Now, next is contribution. Contribution, to explain this, what I told about the coinsurance. If anybody has taken 10 insurance policies for the same risk, people think that not coinsurance policy, but same policy they have taken from new 10, 3 companies. So the same 1 million, they've been insured this with 3 different companies, and this got damaged. So will he get the claim from all the 3 companies? That's the question. Okay, so what happens is, like, what is the proportion of premium or risk he has paid? Premium he has paid and risk they have taken, equally the 3 companies will contribute. Why? Can anybody say? I had explained the reason in one of the other principle. Which principle, any idea? No. Indemnity. See, 3 companies, if they pay the same claim amount, this guy will have a 3 times profit. The concept is not that, like bringing it back to the same level of financial level like previously. Huh. Yeah, it's possible. See, the other companies will not know, but at the time of the claim, everybody asks for the original documents. This is the reason. For even medical insurance, if somebody has taken 3 medical insurances, he will not get, because nowadays medical bills and all, only one original will be there. Next time they issue, they will put duplicate, because everybody is completely avoiding this type of fraudulent claims. That's the reason. But there is one policy where this is not applicable. Can anybody say? Guess. Life insurance, because nobody can value the cost of a life. So if you have taken from 10 different insurance companies term insurance, all the 10 companies will pay to you. Okay, now this is the insurance risk profiling. Just for an understanding, don't worry about the big slide and all. It's like the content is very simple. Insurance risk profiling is nothing but you do an analysis of what are the risks you might be facing. For example, as a person, personal risk profiling is there. This actually everybody should do on their own. What are the risks they are facing? You have a car, you have a villa, you have property back at home, then you have your health. So all these things. So then you see what all risk you can face in all these things. After doing this profiling of yourself, then you will have to see like, what can I do to reduce that risk exposure? So that is why people take motor insurance, home insurance, life insurance, medical insurance, uh, life insurance. Yeah. So all these things they take. So similarly, for any businesses, they should do a risk profiling and understand what all are the risks. So a simple example I can tell, for a manufacturing unit who is manufacturing food products. Okay. So there is a factory, property insurance. Okay, on the other way I'll go. There's a factory. So what is the risk? There can be a fire. That's a risk. Then that can stop their business from doing the production. That's the risk. So property insurance can take care of the fire damage or the damage occurred to the contents and machineries. But what about the loss due to loss of profit? Because the work is not happening, the manufacturing is not happening for 10 days. They have a huge loss. So then insurance will cover with business interruption insurance. Similarly, third party liability, if somebody is coming there and something is happening to him, and what will cover the compensation if they go and sue the company. So there, third party liability insurance is required. So similarly, any business organization should do a risk profiling. So when I go to a customer, I always try to do that. Like, this is your business, and these are the risks you might face, and these are the things you can cover it up with. Food products, there is something called product liability. Many of the companies doesn't take care. Product liability is something where any claim which occurs because of the product you sell, that can be covered under product liability. So one of the example they teach us during the insurance session, because I had attended when my induction training happened in NIA Pune, National Insurance Academy. So they used to take classes on this one, and one of the example was like, there was a